I want to talk to you guys about three people. We've got Ed and we've got Jason and Jennifer. Who are these people and why are they important to Arby's? So Ed, he is a middle-aged guy. He loves Arby's. He eats there frequently. He loves to get our classic sandwiches and our curly fries. Jason and Jennifer are a couple and they've got a couple of kids. They like Arby's too. They're a little bit younger than Ed. They don't eat at Arby's quite as much as Ed. And when they do come to Arby's, they tend to get some different things, like maybe a Euro or a Reuben. And here is a secret. Ed and Jason and Jennifer are not actually real people. Ed, Jason, and Jennifer represent groups of Arby's customers. So when we think about Ed, he is our core customer. He loves Arby's, he eats there a lot. When we think about Jason and Jennifer, they're more of our target customer. They come to Arby's, but truthfully, we'd like for them to come a little bit more. So you may be wondering, why do we give them names? Why are you naming groups of people after a person? And the reason is it just makes it really easy to think about the groups that you're trying to target as actual people and not lumps of data. And so we spend a lot of time getting to know these groups of people because we want to know, what TV shows do they watch? What websites are they going to? Are they on social media? Do they have TikTok, Snapchat? Do they just hang out on Facebook? So all of that is really important because it allows us to target those groups of people. But when you talk about people as a big group, it's easy to lose sight that you're actually trying to communicate to a person. So by naming them, Ed and then Jason and Jennifer, it just provides a really easy filter for us as we're making decisions. So as we think about creating a new sandwich or marketing or doing a new restaurant design, we can ask ourselves, would Ed like this? Would Jason and Jennifer like this? Because the goal is to attract Jason and Jennifer more, but not alienate Ed. So we want to make sure that we're making decisions that Jason and Jennifer would love and they want to come to Arby's for that reason, but we also want to make sure that Ed still wants to come to Arby's. Both groups are important, and having that filter of an Ed and a Jason and a Jennifer and knowing what they like just makes it really easy to think about that as you're going through the decision-making process. I will say there's one caveat though. So people are very complex and we are not one thing. So this is meant to be a guide and a tool. It's not meant to be the be-all end-all. So when we're thinking about customer personas that we have at Arby's and that a lot of companies do, again, it really is meant to be a guide and not a handcuff. You don't want to put people in a box. So just keep that in mind as you're thinking about customer personas.